Good evening and welcome to the magic show. The magic is that the people have disappeared. So I really but for those who come on time, I must congratulate you that you have been consistent. Jahangir, Kashmira, Maruk, thank you for being consistent. We'll wait for a couple of minutes before we start. Anyone wants to share anything, any questions, any suggestions? You can unmute yourself. Okay, let's start. Uh, Today's session is, in any case, it is a brief session because we are going to learn some shortcuts in Excel. Any idea of how many shortcuts are there in Excel? Anyone would like to share?
Haven't tried counting.
I haven't tried counting, but still a guess.
I guess almost every function must be having a shortcut. It's just that we don't bother to discover.
Yeah, that is true. So I'm told that there are more than 700 shortcuts in Excel. But we don't get scared. We don't need to know everyone. We need to learn only those which can help us on a day-to-day basis, obviously. So even in today's session, if you see something which you have never heard of before, or if you feel that it is going to be useful for you on a day-to-day basis, you should start using it. So if you are having about 3 to 4 shortcuts which you can start using immediately, once you start using them, then it becomes a habit and you can use it all the time. Whether means involuntarily you can use it. So let's get right into the session. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a very small spreadsheet. See, again and again, I have to repeat that we work on very small spreadsheets. So the power of the shortcuts is not so much visible in a small layout, but you can imagine the same thing if you use in a very, very large context, then it can be really useful. So let us start with something very basic. If we are anywhere in a series of cells which looks like a table and you want to convert it to a table, how do you do it? Yeah, any idea?
Didn't really get your question.
See, you are in this series of cells, okay? You want to convert it into a table. How do you do it?
It is a table. You mean put the lines out, the cell lines? Is that what you're saying? Oh,
Okay, you say insert table
yeah.
and then you select the, okay, so then all your filters and everything
Oh.
comes automatically, right?
Yeah.
Now, the idea today in anything that we do, we will try and avoid touching the mouse. That is what shortcuts are all about. Okay. So if you want to insert a table in a particular range, you just go anywhere in the range, okay, and just say Control T. Control T is for table. Okay, it asks you which range, it automatically selects the range and you just press enter and that's it. Okay, so earlier what we did was we said insert table and then it asked you for a range, correct?
Yeah.
So now what we are saying is just say Control T. Now when you make a table means, as I said earlier, you can get the sorting, filtering, you can create charts, you can create pivot tables once you are into a table. So creating a table is important, and therefore a shortcut for creating a table is as important. So I'm just saying Control Z to get out of this. So if you want to create a table, you just say Control T. Okay, that is the simplest way of creating a table. Press enter, and that is where we are. Okay, so this is what we will see all through. What the shortcuts do is only you use your keyboard rather than use the mouse. Remember, we have to be lazy. So you don't have to lift your hand from the keyboard, go to the mouse, select a menu item, go here, go there, etc., etc. So Control T is to select a table, or rather to create a table. You remember we had done something called flash fill. Anybody remembers that? How we did flash fill?
Not really.
No?
I just remember you talking about flash fill, but nothing beyond that.
Nothing beyond that. So what flash fill does is there is something which is auto intelligent. So suppose you have this first name, last name, and the name of the company. And what you are now trying to do is create email addresses which has first name dot last name at name of the company.com, right? So you will type, in the first case, you will type at right? Now you want to do the same operation throughout in the next few cells or few hundred cells, whatever it is. So you don't have to type again and again. You just say Control E. Now you see the magic?
Okay.
It has taken the first name, it has taken the last name at the rate companyname.com. First name, last name at the rate companyname.com. First name, last name, companyname.com. Did you get this?
Yeah.
I just pressed Control Z. So we are back. And anybody give their first name and last name and the company name? Anyone? Yes. Shehnaz, Tushar, Kashmira.
Yeah, okay. Kashmira Mori, St. Andrews College.
Kashmira. Which college?
St. Andrews.
College. Okay, this has become long. But even then, anyone else wants to try? Tushar, Shehnaz, Jangir? Just give your first name.
Tushar Shah.
Tushar Shah at,
Mulratna.
sorry?
At mulratna.com.
Sorry, I can't.
MULRATNA.
NU?
LRATNA. MULRATNA.
RATNA. That's it?
First, it starts with M. M for Mumbai.
Acha, Mulratna. Okay. Okay, so what I do, I just come here, say Control E. It is as simple as that. Now you can imagine if you have a very, very long sheet with 200, 500, 2000 names, it becomes so easy to do a flash fill, right? Nobody remembers this. There were so many other things in flash fill we did. But any case, so what the other trick is, like you just start typing the name and automatically the flash fill will come. But Control E is the easiest way to do a flash fill. Okay. And if you see on the top right, there is something called fill. There also you have this option of flash fill. And it also says Control E is the shortcut for flash fill. Okay, so you click here and the same effect is given.
So by default, then everybody becomes .com. You can't.
Yeah. Obviously, then otherwise, if you want, you can say .com or .net or whatever you want to put, you can put it here. It depends how your data is organized. This is just an example. So if I just want to do, okay, let me show you something else. Flash fill has a lot of things. If you see one of our earlier lectures, I have done it in a very, very extensive way. So suppose I say, I want to make this full caps. When I say flash fill, you can do anything.
Oh.
Only thing is the pattern has to be consistent. Okay.
Okay.
Or if you remember, I don't know why you guys don't remember. This was one of the best classes that we had. We can say
Not practiced.
not practiced. That is the problem. Suppose I say Ashish works for online. Suppose I say this. Then what do you expect?
Oh, great.
Okay, so flash fill is very, very powerful if it is consistent. If your data is organized in a way in which you can use it consistently, I can just say okay. So it becomes very, very easy to fill. Are we clear on this flash fill?
Yeah.
Very simple, very powerful. You can do lots of things. You can make it all caps. You can do hazar other things. Like now, as I was saying, you can just say cap lock and say Ashish. Just convert everything into capitals. So just okay. So anything that you want to do, but remember one thing, all the cells to the left of this will be automatically understood by the system. If you do something, if you break it and suppose you come here and do something, it will not happen. Okay. So what it says, we looked at all the data to your selection, next to your selection, and didn't see a pattern for filling in values for you. Okay, so you have to be adjacent to your table. You have to be adjacent here. If there is a gap, it will not understand. So flash fill is very powerful and very useful also when you have to, or you can even do the reverse. Suppose you have a list of email IDs and you want to go and create, separate them. That is also possible. Okay, so suppose you have now suppose in the next column, what you want to do immediately next column. Okay, this is a little problematic because this column will be. Okay, so now you want to separate it. You can just say Ashish and then say flash fill. Just get the first name. So it can be used in various ways. You could capitalize, you could make small caps, etc., etc. Very easy and very powerful. Please practice it so that you don't forget it. Okay, so flash fill is very powerful for doing something, separating, adding, writing some stuff, etc., etc., on cells which are adjacent to the cells where you want to do the filling. Okay, so very useful. The other thing, this also we have done earlier. Suppose I want to say here 2021 Q1 and I want to put that whole thing into a single cell. How do you put insert a line in a cell? How do you insert a line in a cell? You remember this we had done.
Double click and type in whatever you want.
Sorry, please repeat.
Double click on the cell and type in.
So I'm double clicking and I'm typing 2021 Q1.
Yeah.
But I want 2021 to come on the line above rather than, but it should be in the same cell. Are you getting the problem?
Yes, yes, it's quite painful. Then you have to click after one and space, 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 or
After one and do space, 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 and then
you say wrap text.
and then you say wrap text. Oh, very lame.
Alt enter, sir.
Sorry, alt
Alt
enter.
enter.
Yeah, that is the right way of doing it.
Oh.
You say alt enter and you get both these in the same cell. Okay?
So you don't need to do wrap text and all that.
No, nothing you have to
Oh,
do.
great. This is very nice.
No. So basically, see, wrap text is when the text is continuous and you want it all in one cell. But here you deliberately want to break at 2021. You understand?
All right.
So here, and then of course, you can always copy it, like you can drag and copy it and automatically, this is not coming the way you want it.
No. Then you have to format paint or something.
No. So this is fine. Are we clear on this? Inserting within the same cell something and then going to the next line within the same cell, alt enter. That is the easiest way of doing it automatically. The sizing is also done. See, this height of the cell is automatically adjusted. Okay. So this is very simple to insert a line in a cell. But you have to be in edit mode. When you come here, you double click or press F2. F2 is edit. And then say 2021 and then say alt enter. It takes you to the next line in the same cell. Next line in the same cell. If you remember, we had done that labeling here, product and year. If you remember, and we've drawn a line like this.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes.
So this is the other shortcut. Alt enter allows you to enter a line in a cell.
But you have to press F2 before that. You can't do it otherwise.
No, you can do it otherwise. Like suppose you are starting here itself, 2022, alt enter, Q2. We are doing, we are putting F2 because we have already typed something in the cell.
Okay.
Here, while you should be in edit mode, whether you are typing something or you are editing something. You must be in edit mode. Then only alt enter will work.
Okay.
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 But this is very useful because sometimes you want to cram something within the same column, and it becomes difficult to struggle, put space, how many spaces to put, struggle there. Just say Alt Enter and that's it. Then this is something which is very interesting, which I also did not know. I was just playing around and I realized if you want to copy the immediately previous cell in the cell below it,
Okay.
what do? Normally you will come here, Control C, come here, Control V, correct?
Correct.
Number one possibility. Number two possibility, you'll come here, pick this, drag it down, right? But did you know that there is a very beautiful shortcut for this? You say Control D,
Control.
D for Delhi, D for data.
Okay.
Okay. So if you say Control D, you can just copy the immediately previous cell. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. So if there's a formula in the cell, for example, now if we have a formula here, and you want to just copy the formula, Control D. Control D. Of course, if there are so many cells, then obviously it is better to drag. Then doing Control D 4 times is wasteful. But if you have to quickly just copy one item in the cell below, you just say Control D. As simple as that. It could be a formula, it could be a text. This is text, right? And Control D will just copy the previous cell. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. Okay. Very simple.
So this only works in a vertical format. You can't take the immediate cell to your left, let's say.
No.
Okay.
It is only just the cell above.
Okay.
Okay. But many times you want to copy some label to the next cell. Many times you have to copy some text or the formula to the next cell. So this is a very fast way of doing it. Okay. Did you realize how I put the total here? How did we put a total here? During the demo, I just went and took the total. No? What did I do? How do you take a total?
Add up.
Sorry?
Auto sum.
Auto sum.
Hmm.
So the worst way is to write plus the 5.
Equal to this, that.
The second shortcut is equal to sum from here to here.
Yeah.
The third one, which is a smart way of doing, is auto sum. You just click on auto sum and it will sense which are the cells you want to take a total of and you press enter. That's it.
And
Okay.
percentage also. It gives a percentage also.
Sorry?
It gives a percentage also.
No. This is only sum. This is only sum. So auto sum will always give you some. And then if you want the average, you want to count, etc.
Yeah.
All this is there.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the same function you have. But for lazy people, writing a total is very simple. You just say alt equal to and you get the same result.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So wherever you do it, like for example, you do alt equal to here. So I'm doing alt equal to. Okay. So I don't have to touch my mouse. See, again, we are doing shortcuts. So we are not going to touch the mouse. We are going to be extremely lazy. Use only the keyboard. Okay. Are we clear?
You can do the same thing on the right, towards the right of all the columns also, right? Alt equal to or
Yeah, alt equal to anywhere.
Anywhere.
Actually.
Okay.
But again, here you have to have a continuous series of cells, either vertical or horizontal. Even if you do horizontal, if you do it here, you'll get alt equal to here, automatically enter.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, or you are doing it here. Wherever you do it, alt equal to is so fast and very, very convenient. Okay. Easy
Very nice.
to remember.
Yeah.
Suppose we want to draw a chart out of this. You remember we have done something which was easy to create a chart, a default chart.
Yes.
How do you do it? Anybody remembers? You select
Go
this
to the
entire
data
thing,
tab.
then you come here, quick analysis,
Hmm.
go to charts, cluster, and there your chart is, right? Agreed?
Yes.
Now, lazy people don't do so much. So what lazy people do is they just press Alt and F1.
Okay.
Did you see this? It's fantastic. You have not even selected the table. You can be anywhere in this entire table. Okay, you could be anywhere. Just press Alt and F1. And
This
there,
came back from a search.
did you get this?
Yeah.
Is it easy?
So it decided itself what kind of graph was going to come up.
This is the default chart. It comes with a default chart. Then, of course, if you want fancy stuff, then you go to your charts and then you do all sorts of things. This is the default chart. So quickly you want to do something within a table, you want a default chart, you can say Alt F1. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you are writing down.
Hmm.
Otherwise you will forget.
Yes.
So this is very simple. If you want to write a date somewhere, suppose you want to write a date here when you have entered this. How do you write a date? Type it out.
Yes.
If you want to write today's date, you have to type today's date, obviously 10,
12.
12, 21,
Yeah.
right? Again, lazy people don't like to do all this 10, 12, 21. I don't even care what the date today is. I just want to insert it. Okay. So I just say control and semicolon.
Control,
Semicolon.
semicolon.
Simple. So
Okay,
wherever I
now
want to
You put
insert
the
today,
date, yeah, you put the date as 10, 12, 2021. That means somewhere you have already told your computer that you want the date in this format, day, month, year.
yeah, obviously. My default format will come.
Otherwise,
Then if I
it's not
want to
even
change the
very-
format, then
Yeah.
it's a different thing. The default format always comes.
Okay.
So control and semicolon gives you the date. Anywhere gives you the current date. Okay, otherwise you have that function at today. Remember that?
Oh.
That also gives you today's date. But this is the simplest way of doing it is control and semicolon. Very simple.
The other one was what? Add? ADD?
Yes.
Okay.
No, at the rate today.
Oh, at the rate. Okay.
That is a function which gives you the dates, today's date.
Okay.
But lazy people don't want to remember all these functions and all.
Hmm.
So we just say
Do these
control and-
functions, yeah, also work in Word and all that, inserting table and all that? Can you do that in Word? Control T?
No, I don't think.
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
There's a formula in Excel.
Yeah. I was just hoping for a shortcut there.
Maybe you could try it. Quite a few of these things are universal actually. I have not tried it in Word, but maybe it should work. If you have a table and then but creating a table and all is much worse in Word. So you can just create a table in Excel and insert it into
Copy it,
Word.
yeah.
I have taught this to you last time also.
Yes.
You just copy this and paste
And
it in
paste, yes.
Word.
Yes.
So it is very simple.
Yeah.
Okay, so date was very simple. Control and semicolon. And now after date, I want to put the current time also. So I put control and colon. Okay. Or I want to put just a time, control and colon. Control semicolon is insert current date. Control colon is insert current time. Are we clear?
Yes.
Any difficulty?
No.
Very simple and very, very useful if you are using these functions in a regular sort of a way, then this becomes very simple. Now we saw that we could insert a table within this by saying what? Control,
T. Control T.
control T. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a lot of times, even without inserting a table, you want to set filters. So how do you set filters?
Go to data, click on the filter symbol.
Arey yaar, I forgot all that now.
Because you know the short form.
So Control, Shift, and L will insert filters automatically, instantly.
Control Shift.
L. L is for filters.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you saw the filters now there?
Yeah.
And it is a toggle key. If you again press Control, Shift, L, the filters will disappear.
Oh, okay.
You say Control, Shift, L, filters appear. And then it becomes very easy to identify specific items in your data. Of course, you know how to do the filtering and all.
Yes.
So Control, Shift, L is for filters. Very simple, very fast. Okay,
Yes.
are you with me,
Yes.
Jasdeep,
everyone?
Jasdeep,
Yeah.
supposing this auto sum is for control is for at today, if I put it, I get today's date. Supposing I want to put for tomorrow, tomorrow's date or yesterday's date, or I mean, I want to make a table for say a week.
No, that is a different function altogether. See, and then for example, now what did we say? What is the this thing? Control semicolon?
Yes,
Today's
Yes,
date?
then
yes, control semicolon is for date.
date.
And then I drag it.
Oh.
Okay.
But then many times when we drag the date, either the, I mean, it becomes 22, 23, 24 instead of 2021.
Not really. If you enter, you see again, if you tell Excel the pattern which you want, suppose you say 10th, okay. Now you say 17th, you say you want a weekly date, okay. 2021. So insert 2 or 3, 17, then you have 24, correct? Now you can select all these and then say
Drag.
drag it up. Then it will be 1 week from automatic. He has to understand what you are trying to do. Here also, when we did this flash fill, you have to show first 1 or 2.
Okay.
Then the remaining automatically he understands what you are trying to do.
Yeah.
This is what it borders on artificial intelligence.
Yes.
It exactly. So suppose you want the 10th of every month. So you would say 10, 0, 1, 2022, right? Now you select these two and then you fill. So you got 10th of every month.
Okay.
This is fantastic.
Okay. And when the year changed, automatically it changed the year also.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, this is today out of syllabus.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So you're just thinking if you have to create a calendar or a
Yeah, yeah.
weekly thing for say
There are lots of ways to make a calendar and all, but let's
I'm
not
just
get
saying,
into that.
we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
create a kind of a map kind of thing or a
There are lots of add-ons where you can
timeline kind of, yeah.
insert a calendar. Yeah, yeah. So this
Timeline.
is a very elementary way. What I showed you just now is a very elementary way. But any case, so are we clear on
It's
this?
elementary for you, Mr. Tantra.
Yeah. Okay, just to complicate things a little bit. Now
my
you put
God.
in all the dates, all right? Now suppose I put in the dates going 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and next to it, initially I start Monday, Tuesday. Then if I drag it, will it give me the whole week's days also together with the dates? As being greedy, of course, but
Date
Of
and
course.
date.
You can always be greedy, and the more you learn, the more greedy you become.
Yeah.
Now, what should happen now?
no, to the left of the Monday, put a date, and for the Tuesday, put a date, and then let's see if it goes for the whole week.
And then you drag.
Yeah. So 11, 12 also. And then, okay.
Select
yeah.
and drag, yeah.
Greed is fulfilled.
But you did each column separately. Could we
How?
do the two together?
No.
That's being really lazy, I know, but
You could do the both of them together also. Yeah, why not?
yeah.
Actually, you can put a formula. You can find out the day of the week here and put a formula and then drag this. But if it is continuous, there is no problem.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you have weekly or if you have something like that, then you have an issue.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Again, out of syllabus for today. Okay, so that is how we insert the. I'm sorry, we were on filters, I think.
Yeah.
Control Shift L was for filters.
Yes.
So in any table,
Yeah.
if you say Control Shift L, you enable Control Shift L disable. Okay, very simple. Now, if it is a large table, for example, now you are here and you want to go to the rightmost part of the table. How do you do it?
Control end,
Control End.
END, yeah.
Let me try. What happens?
I don't know,
Control.
I'm just guessing.
No, Control End is taking me to the
Last possible place.
last possible cell within this spreadsheet.
Right.
Okay. So that is not happening. That is not the. I want again, as I'm saying, there are some 200 columns, and I want to reach this column directly.
So you have to
Just use Control and arrow key.
control.
Control and right arrow. Directly come. Control left arrow, you come here. Control down arrow, you come here. Control right arrow, you come here.
Okay. Wow.
This is navigation through the sheet, which is very fast. Otherwise, it's very difficult. You know, when there are 20,000 rows to go to the last row, or if there are 200 columns to go to the last column becomes a big deal.
Mhm.
So this becomes very easy. Control and
Arrow.
Arrow key.
are we clear?
Yeah.
And now suppose you want to do some formatting. So what you want to do is you want to select from here to the last cell, correct? That one was only moving from one cell to the other. Now, so you say Control Shift and right arrow.
Control.
Okay. To select up to now here you want to do formatting, you want to do something here and there. Very simple. So I say Control Shift and down arrow. And I want to make different colors and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just say Control Z so that I get back to the original. Are we clear?
Yeah.
So if you want to select a range of cells up to the last cell, either in the row or in the column, you will say Control Shift and right arrow or down arrow or up arrow. If you are here, you want to say Control Shift up arrow, right?
Yeah.
Or if you are here, control shift left arrow. Oops, sorry. What did I do? How do I come back to A1?
Home,
How
control
do I come
home.
back? Control home, that's right. Control home, and control end is going to the last. So control end is the bottom right cell which has been used in this particular sheet. And control home always takes you to the
A1.
A1. That's it.
We should create an Excel sheet on all these shortcuts.
Yeah.
Ready reckoner.
No, that way if
That you
go
can give
to-
us as homework.
Yeah, I'll give you homework. So you have to write it.
I'm already writing a column like this. I was wondering if there is such a ready reckoner. You just look at it and say, okay, kind of, you know.
No, see, the best thing is to use it. If you use it often,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it
but-
becomes a part of you. Like how you know control C, control V.
Hmm.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah,
So
it becomes part of you once you learn it and
Right.
become conscious, unconscious type. That is
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of you. But what I'm saying is in the beginning, like I'm going to keep a thing where, okay, I want to do this. Now what did Yasvi say? You know, it goes back. So if you have a reckoner, I make for myself, I think. I'll do that.
yeah. Well, as I said, there are hundreds and hundreds of formula array shortcuts, but then what you are using often is more
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
That way you can sit and imagine, or you can go and look up online also. You will
No,
get
no,
hundreds of.
whatever we learn with you, we can put it into a nice reckoner, no? It
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
nice. Yeah, I'm doing that also.
Now you want to select this entire table.
Okay.
How do you select the entire table? We said control right, shift control right arrow takes you like this, no?
Hmm.
Shift control down arrow takes you like this. So there are two operations, correct?
Okay.
But I want only one operation.
And you
I'm
left
expert-
out the extreme left column also.
Yeah, you may want to do it from here, for example.
Yeah,
Control shift down and control shift right.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
But I want to select this entire table. I don't want to do two operations. I want to do only one operation.
Control shift end.
No. You're still on end for some reason. So you have this option, you know, something called control A.
Oh
Control
yeah,
A-
but that selects everything.
Control A,
That's-
select. Yeah, control
That
A,
will select
yeah.
everything.
Okay, I'm pressing control A.
Oh.
And then again I press control A, it selects everything.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay. So when I am within a table, when I'm within a range, anywhere I can be anywhere here. So that is the beauty of this. I just say control A, it just selects this. If I am here, I say control A, it selects this. Okay. And if I press control A again, then what you said is right.
Yeah.
You are selecting everything. So control A selects the entire table. So you might want to format the entire table. You want to make it bold. So you just say control A, control B.
Hmm.
Okay, it has become bold and it is just two steps. No selection, nothing.
Hmm.
Okay. Becomes very, very useful.
This we can use it even with our PowerPoint and all, no? Control
Yeah. But
select
in
all the-
PowerPoint, see again, here in Excel, you are dealing with tables.
Yeah.
So in PowerPoint, of course, control A is universal. Control A works everywhere.
Very
Even in
universal.
Word,
Yeah,
Word also
yeah.
it works.
So this was
You want
what
to
we use often, so we. like,
You want to change the font, or you want to change
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing, size of the font or shape of the font, etc., etc.
Copy, paste.
Okay. Now suppose you want to hide a column.
Hide.
To hide this column, what will you do?
Hmm.
Hide it, hide it.
No, let us hide this column quarter 2.
Normally would pick up that end line, that dividing line, and shift it to the next, to the left. So then this column would disappear. Yeah. Still more.
like this. But
Yeah.
still the column is there. You are not hidden it completely. So what normally you would do is you will right click, you select the column, right click,
Right.
and there is something called hide. Okay. So then that column vanishes. Right? And
To bring it back.
okay, to bring it back, okay, let me show you. Right click, hide, so it has gone. To bring it back, you select the columns before and after, right click, and there is something called
Unhide.
unhide.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it has unhidden that column. But then again, yes, you have to use your mouse and this and that and all, very painful. So I just say Control 0, hidden.
Oh, okay.
I want to get it back, obviously. Either I say Control Z so that I get it back, or I could do unhide the way I showed you.
But Control Z only works if you immediately want to unhide. Suppose you finished a whole bunch of other operations and you come back, then Control Z won't work.
It won't work. Then you have to use this. You select and say unhide.
Okay.
If there are any columns which are hidden, you can unhide them, right?
Okay.
But the simplest way is you are somewhere in this column. You don't even have to select the column. You're somewhere in this column and you say Control 0, gone. Okay. Easy.
Yeah.
Suppose you want to hide a row. Control 9. Okay. So Control 0 is to hide a column. Control 9 is to hide a row. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'll just select this and I will unbold this so that we come back to the normal. Now, let me just remove all this. There is something called a universal shortcut for formatting anything. So if you are using this, for example, now if you want to format this, so you select it, or suppose you say these cells. Select, then you say right click, then you go to format, right? And you come to this.
Yeah.
But again, the lazy man says Control 1. Directly you come here. Okay, anything that you need to format, just select it and say Control 1.
Okay.
Then all the formatting options are available to you. But this Control 1 is very unique. Now, what did we say? If you want to make a chart, what did we say? Control Alt F1, sorry. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you want to format this particular line in the chart. Okay, you say Control 1.
No, so you selected it first and said Control 1. How did you do that?
Yeah, I selected what I want to change. I have to say, no? What I have to
Instructions.
I want to format this.
Okay.
So this cell I want to format. Now I'll just remove this. I'll just say Control 1 and options for formatting that data series comes up. Color and style and everything comes up. Fill, what do you want to fill it with? Automatic, what color you want, say blue color, etc., etc. Okay. So Control 1 allows us to format anything, text, numbers, anything that you want to format. Just go here and just say Control 1 and you jump to the formatting options. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
easy,
Yeah.
easy to execute, but difficult to remember.
Yeah.
Exactly why I'm saying we need a. Oh God.
Ah. Okay. Suppose I want to insert a column.
Mm.
How do I do it?
Insert and then
Select
insert
this,
column.
right click,
Yeah.
insert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the upper ribbon, there's insert, and you just drop that menu and you say insert column.
Yeah.
No, not that. In the home tab only. Yeah. And go to the right cells. Yeah. Yeah. And you say insert.
Insert.
Yeah.
Oh,
That right insert. That is it.
Insert column.
Yeah.
insert rows, insert sheet column,
Yeah.
Yeah.
insert cells.
Cells,
delete
yeah.
format. So painful, yeah, to touch the mouse and again go there.
Yeah.
So, so insert is plus now. So I just say control plus.
Oh.
Oh, great.
Then it gives me all the options. Insert entire row, entire column.
Control plus.
Very simple.
So insert plus is for a column.
Yeah. No, it's column, row, everything is there. No? You just say control plus.
Oh, okay. It gave you that. Okay.
So it gives me either you insert an entire row, entire
Mhm.
column, all the options are there.
Mm.
Shift cells right, shift cells down, etc. etc. Okay.
Hmm.
So control plus is insert a column. So what is control minus?
Delete it.
Delete. Very simple.
I'm very dangerous if you don't want to delete it.
Mm.
But then you always have control set.
Control Z. Yeah. Yeah.
So is this simple? Control plus, control minus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very easy.
You remember we had done one drag and drop a column. You just select a column,
Mm.
and then you pick it up and you drag it here and there.
Yes. Long
Okay.
time.
So what do? You just select
Huh?
and you drag it here. Then what it says, there's already data there. Do you want to replace it? You say okay, and then you lost quarter 3.
Earlier. Yeah.
Hmm.
This is not what we wanted.
You see, insert a column and then do it. No?
Yeah. So if I want quarter 2 to come between quarter 3 and quarter 4, what do I do?
Insert a column.
I come here, insert a column,
Yeah.
then I come here,
Pick it up and take it there.
drag it there. I come here, delete this column.
Mm.
So many steps here.
So what the lazy man will do?
now the lazy man will do it very easily. Okay, so you understood the steps now?
Yes.
2-3 steps are there,
Yes.
and therefore it becomes a little difficult. Now I will just click on this.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Now when I get this moving icon, this icon, can you see the four arrows?
Yeah.
I will now move it after pressing shift.
After pressing shift.
Now I move it. It says move it here, and now I release. Wow.
Okay.
Did you get this? This is something which we do very often. Move this column here, move this row down. Suppose you want to move this row down last or between Z and Q.
Mm.
So what you will do is select the row, shift, and catch that 4 arrows, pull it down. That's it.
Hmm.
Now imagine you're doing it for a whole lot of items. Can you imagine how easy it is?
Yeah, for data, it's very.
Just shift and drag. That's it. So moving a column, moving a row is extremely simple. Instead of dragging and dropping, you just say shift and drag. And then wherever you want to leave it, just leave your mouse button. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are a few shortcuts which if you use, you will save lots of time. You will have lots of time for leisure. You can have a holiday at the end of the year. If you save 48 hours, 2 days holiday.
Oh. It's really amazing. If you know this, you become so efficient, you know.
Yeah, yeah. You can do things so fast.
Yeah.
And as I said, like if you use it on a regular basis, then they become a part of you.
Yes.
Just like your control B, control C, control V, whatever you are doing otherwise, it is extremely simple. Any questions?
Oh, yes. So
We
many-
can go out of the syllabus.
Out of Excel also.
No, in Excel.
Okay, okay. You can
Maybe
ask.
for a future session, you could do this.
Yeah.
There is something which allows you to make subtotals on the left-hand side, you know, it becomes plus, minus. So how do we do that is something worth learning.
subtotal.
If you remember our session on pivot tables, you had this option of having subtotals.
Okay, all right.
Remember that? You'll have to search for it on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
The pivot tables allows you to do it very easily. Subtotals on the left or even underneath each.
It's like it comes 1, 2, 3 on the left side,
yeah.
you know, so it gets more.
Yeah, yeah. You can do that. If you use pivot tables, there are lots of features there.
Okay.
Anything else?
This was nice. I think if someone has time, you can press control and every possible thing on the keyboard and something will pop up.
This
No?
is what I meant. We can create a little reckoner. So we just say control
Yeah,
something and we
just
get it.
press something with control, something with
Yeah.
shift, alt, and you'll end up with so many things.
Because there's so many things happening, you know, and
Yeah.
when you're using it at that particular time, you know.
So we must have done only 10, 12, 15 functions just now. There are 700 functions. So maybe you are using something repetitively.
Very,
For-
yeah.
Okay, one interesting thing I forgot. Okay, not really out of syllabus,
Mm.
but okay, let me just go back 1 second. Since we are talking. Okay, are you seeing the sheet?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Excel allows you to do shortcuts by just pressing one key, and that is the Alt key. Suppose you press Alt.
All plus 1, all plus 2. That's it.
Oh gosh, now it is conflicting with our Zoom. If you press Alt, see what happens on the top.
Mm.
Mm.
Every item on the menu has a shortcut.
Oh.
So you want to go to table or you want to go to page layout, you just say Alt P and you go to page layout. And within that again, now suppose you want to do margins, so you say M. Can you see all the small icons?
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is something which is very interesting because actually this is a hangover from Lotus 123. Lotus 123 had these shortcuts.
Okay.
But Excel also said, why not give it to people who are within that? Or you want to say, are we clear on this? So if you want to go to Alt, data is Alt A.
Mm.
So you go to data and then you want to say filters. So you say T.
Yeah.
And we apply to the range. Okay, because I'm not in a table. So if I come here and say filter, then filter is applied.
Mm.
So just press Alt and you'll see all the options pop up.
Yeah.
Okay. This is something which you should know.
To the point of sounding ignorant, every time there is an updated version, do we have these repeated or refined?
Yeah. It is always, every time you have an upgrade, it is always backward compatible. So the old stuff still remains. You may get some new stuff, but the old stuff always remains. This is a very, very old thing in Excel. You press Alt is very old.
Okay.
Yeah, I pressed it by mistake once and I didn't know what happened. I got scared. I did it very fast.
Just press Escape or Control Z.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so even if
Especially
you
when
want
you're
to,
doing some data or something and this thing happens, you know, कि बल्टी चीज डाली जाए.
no, if you press Alt again, it goes. Alt one time, Alt again goes.
Okay.
Try it out. You should always play with a small data set.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get confidence. Then you can use it on your real data.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you don't have to worry about anything.
So, but these sessions, what they do, know, yes, we come to know about these things. Then once we come to know about this, now we need to work with it. Once we work with it, then we become adept at it, and it takes a little time. I think with me, at least, I'm that kind of a learner, so it takes time. I need to do it more and more.
I'm not showing you anything earth-shattering or.
No, it's not.
All
It's
this has
just
been
that-
there in Excel since years. Like
Yeah.
most of the shortcuts also, they have been there in Excel for many, many years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very few things are in the newer
It's a
version.
comeback. It's a comeback. Recall
Yeah.
so many things. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much.
So much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was fun.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. And one more thing I just remembered. 1 second. One more thing I remembered. What does F4 do? You know F4?
Yeah. If you have done something, you press function F4, it repeats. So if I've inserted a column and I press function F4, another column comes.
So if you have inserted one column here,
Yeah.
and you press F4,
You get another one.
get
Yeah.
another one.
You repeat.
Right?
You repeat the whatever function.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, originally F4 is for keeping your cell address as constant.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know? Okay, see,
No.
for example, okay, this is again out of syllabus, but let's run through it. Suppose you are doing some simple calculation. Suppose you are saying principal, interest, and number of years, you say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
What happened over there?
That is because that date format has been applied. So I'll just change the format to. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you want to say principal is say 50,000 rupees. Interest rate is 15%. Okay. And what is the formula? You will say principal into rate into period, correct?
Yeah.
So how will you write this formula? Plus, this is your principal,
Yeah.
multiplied by rate of interest,
Yeah.
multiplied by number of years, correct?
Yeah.
Is this correct? And I want to copy it down. What happens?
Drag.
Huh?
Drag.
Very bad.
Okay, drag.
Excel did not understand what I'm wanting to do.
So why did you put a plus before M5?
To show that it is a formula, I could have put an equal to.
You have equal to also.
He has already put equal to.
Oh,
Okay, I can just remove the plus. That's okay. It comes to the same thing.
oh my.
But this is something which is very basic in Excel. We do it in the first class in Excel. Whenever you copy a formula,
Mhm.
it always copies a relative address. So when we write here M5 into M6 into L10, what it understands is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells above multiplied by 4 cells above multiplied by 1 cell to the left. That is how it understands. So when you come here, see the formula
Mhm.
M6 into M7
Ah,
into L11.
mm,
Okay, so this is not what I want.
Mhm.
So
so to put that dollar sign or something?
yeah, so when you double click here and you want M5 and M6 to be constant.
Yeah.
So here I press F4 and it says $M $5.
Okay.
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 And when I come here, I put F4 $M $6 into L10. L10 I want to move because as I go down, it should move along with this, correct?
Mm,
Now if I copy this formula,
okay.
it gives me what I wanted.
Mm.
Are we clear on this?
Yes.
So this makes it constant. This should not move. When I go down, this should not move. That's what I have said. This is one place where we use F4. The other place, as you said rightly, is to repeat an action. So now suppose I want to format these cells and make them red. And then I come here and I press F4. It gives me, or I have to select the whole thing. Sorry. I can make it F4 and use the same formatting. So F4 can be used to repeat the previous action, immediately previous action. But F4 is also used to make cells constant. This is very important. When I say F2 is to obviously edit a cell. So here it is L10, here it is L11.
Yes.
Here it is L12 because it keeps on moving. It's a relative address. Understand this. This is very, very important. If you are using Excel for a while, you should know this. Because when you say, now for example, here I'm saying Alt equal to, I put this formula and then I copy this formula down. What happens is it copies a relative. Here what it says D5 to G5. Here it says D6 to G6. Here it says D7 to G7.
Mm,
This is exactly what I want in this situation.
Mm.
But in this situation, it is different.
Mm.
I want these two to be constant and this to keep on varying. Did we get this?
Yes.
Not too well.
So that is where F4 makes constant. And then there are a lot of variations. You can make the row constant, you can make the column constant, you can make both of them constant. That means you make the cell constant. All these are all variations of F4. So if I put F4 here now again, what it will do is M is constant, M is variable, 5 is constant. Here M is constant, 5 is variable. Here M5 both are variable. And when I press F4, so if I press F4, it toggles between the constant state of each cell.
Mm.
Column, row, both or none.
Hmm.
I think we have gone beyond our.
It may be difficult for you, not for us. We are enjoying it. It's a lovely dessert after the dinner.
Yeah, so timing, some people have been telling me to make it a little earlier. Some people are saying
Quite nice.
Friday evening is not comfortable. Any suggestions, thoughts by anyone?
Need more practice. Yes, if we can get some practice, how to practice this very
How to
often.
practice means I'll have to start giving you homework now.
No, that.
If you don't do homework, you are not allowed in the next session.
Or maybe sometime it's needed, I think. But really, it's been such a boon, really. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Welcome. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you.
Take
Take
care.
care. Good night, everybody. Take
Yeah,
Good night.
good night.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.